Hello, my Aries friends. This is Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology, and I'm here with you guys today for your new moon in Pisces tarot card reading for my Aries sun, moon, and rising signs. So this has been a really interesting energy in general. Like the sky is kind of lacking in fire energy right now. Venus is currently in Aries. It's about, I don't know, like 17 degrees. So we still got a little bit more time. We're going to have some of that energy still going. Venus is the first of the planets, the personal planets to come around into Aries this season. And we're really on the last month of Pisces energy. Okay. Pisces is the last sign before we get to Aries. And I have to tell you guys, with everything that the collective has been through in the last year, I think everybody is really ready for Aries season. Just to have that fiery energy, that new, like ready to go, innocent, just fun, ready to get things done sort of energy that, ooh, this is so perfect, that Aries carries. Okay, I'm gonna not get too far ahead of myself. I'm gonna talk about this in just 1 second. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for being here with me today. If it's your first time, welcome. I don't have a question with these readings. Okay, I just kind of dive in pardon me, to the energy of the sign, first with oracle cards and then with tarot. I get these readings out every new and full moon for all of the signs as often as I can. And then often I will do it for other transits that we're going through. For instance, with this Mercury retrograde, I have another astro forecast out there where I kind of talk about the planetary energies. I talk about mythologizing your life. And then of course, mythologizing is a lot of what I do. I give you a story, okay, to help you understand the planetary energy that we're going through. And this time around, it's the Alice in Wonderland story. So definitely check out the astro forecast for Mercury retrograde. It's a short one. It's only about 3 weeks, and it's going to last as long as this next new moon cycle. All right. So this, and then of course I did a tarot card reading for each of my signs. So check out the fire signs reading for that Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Okay. That's going to last, like I said, through this cycle. The new moon in Pisces is on the 23rd. So this reading is good through March 8th. All right. And then we're going to have a full moon in Virgo and Mercury will go direct. Of course, that being said, these readings are ultimately timeless. All right. Do not, like, if you come up here in June and find this reading, don't be like, oh, oops, that message has expired. No, man, you will find it when you are meant to find it. Energies and situations are very fluid. We're all on our own timelines. And so, you may find this message to be helpful, just like whenever you stumble upon it, okay? I also, if for some reason this reading doesn't resonate with you, make sure you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising signs, any other dominant energies that you have in your chart. If you guys are curious about that, I also do astrology readings. Go ahead and hit me up at any of the information below if you're interested in booking a private reading. But ultimately, if you're drawn to the title of a video, don't feel like it can't be for you just because it's for another sign or another time period. Does that make sense? Okay, I got this Mercury. I'm very Mercury dominant. So this Pisces energy has been super strong with me. I'm going to pull that out too. And that, okay? And then that's it. That's our message, okay? Anyways, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this energy. Relationship roles may be reversed. If that's something that comes up, it's Mercury retrograde, so it's been coming up in a lot of my readings. Just kind of situations from the past, etc., etc. You guys, this is lower chakra energy, okay? Solar plexus, sacral, and root. The reason why I got so excited when this came out, I was talking about how, like, pretty much the world cannot wait for Aries season. But what we've got to go through first is Pisces season. And Pisces is 12th house energy. Aries is first. So literally they're the last and then the first season in the zodiac. All right. The last house, last month, first house, first month. Okay. So before we can go on to this great, amazing, phase of new beginnings, we really have to release a lot of things, okay? And check out this right here, okay? Part of what I feel like she's trying to release is any sort of blame, shame, or guilt that she's feeling around what it is that she's been through. Because here's the story. It's really interesting. I love these pictures because every time I see it, I get a different story. In the middle, it kind of looks like a plate, but it's like a fountain, all right? And there is this red, is it a peony? It might be a peony. I don't know. Okay. But there's this red flower. And to me, this represents her dreams, what it is that she wanted, what she thought she was going for. And whew, Aries, you guys are fire. You're serious fire. She's in this landscape that has been completely devastated by fire. All right. Okay. So I kind of get the idea that in her mind, this was how passionate she thought she was being, but she ended up being kind of like a forest fire. Eek. And that's all right, you guys. That's a part of, that's why we are assigned the astrological placements that we are in each life. All right. If you have Aries in your chart, if it's very predominant in your chart, then part of what you are meant to learn and master in this lifetime is how to control your fire. Okay? How to control your fire. And y'all know that. It's okay. It's part of a learning process. So what I want you to do is look, this fountain is untouched by this fire. Okay? Accept what did not work out. Accept what needs to be let go. Accept what no longer, like you can't, this whole scene, this whole forest scene is going to take some time to recover. It's just a part of nature. It's going to happen, right? But you can pick yourself up, move yourself out of that landscape, okay, towards a different one, okay? So let's kind of take a peek at the other landscapes that we've got coming up. But it really, to me, is about, and this is root chakra energy. Root and sacral chakra energy, okay? Releasing any, like I said, fear, guilt, shame, blame, self-blame, and blame of others, all right? You can't be sitting there crying and be like, somebody else burned down my entire landscape. You're an Aries. You know you contributed to the fire, okay? It's not a call out. It's a call in, all right? This next energy we have is major magician energy. And it's funny because even though the magician is associated with Mercury in astrology, I've been seeing a lot of readings lately where people keep ascribing it to Aries. Just because it's the number one. I don't know. But anyways, I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying that's an interesting thing that I keep coming across because the magician is all about intentions. Setting intentions into the world. Check out my Instagram if you're not following me already. Check out today's daily draw because I use these same cards, but it's like it's major manifestation energy, okay? And you'll see the card that came out was boundaries, all right? And it's this lady who's literally creating a freaking universe, all right? So that's, she's got this dream, she's got this design, she's making things happen. This is a very, very similar energy. You're taking your intentions and kind of refining them, all right? This is some good Mercury energy going on right here. I think that the period between the Pisces new moon and the the Virgo full moon on the 8th is going to be very, very instrumental in you coming up with the logistics, all right? I almost feel like there's this light bulb going off around the time of the Virgo full moon when Mercury also is about to go direct, okay? You guys know your intentions. You know what you want. And you're thinking of how they're going to come together, okay? Like logistically speaking, what are the details? Because I know I need a new job, for instance, okay? But let me start to think about what are the exact specifications of my ideal job before I move forward and I set these intentions to draw it towards me. Okay. Also, I want to let you know she's sitting between these two pillars. This is a very high priestess energy. This is very receptive. This is a meditative energy. This is somebody who is getting in touch with their inner world, really observing the environment around them as well, but very kind of like silently working on your dreams and goals, okay? Where it is that you want to go next, all right? Once you've decided that, pardon me, please. Once you've decided that, this is the next step. You guys, I haven't even read what's on the back. Release says, have a good cry. I love that. Grief is a doorway to your deepest self. So grief, that's another thing with the shame and blame and guilt that you might be feeling. Focus your energy. There's amazing power in a strong intention. Okay, that's what's on the back of that card. And then with listening, it says, listen to your wise self. Let your inner compass direct the course of your life. Did I not just say you're going within to work out the logistics of your next manifestation? What chapter am I about to write? Let me go ahead and draw up an outline, right? Because that's how you begin. When it comes to writing, you start with an outline. Okay, well, what is it that I'm going to cover? What do I want to talk about? What's going to be my approach? All right. So you're about to write this next chapter of your life, and you just have to outline it first. Okay. That's what these gears are all about. We're studying organization in my English classes. Okay. Listening. I love this energy. Okay. I'm singing about it. That's how much I love it. For some reason, I always get Gemini vibes. Okay. Gemini is in June. So I don't know. Late May and June. All right. So they wanted me to mention that. Okay. But what's happening is this is somebody listening to their higher self, because you see it's the same person in both reflections, but one is just kind of like a peasant in this world. I don't want to say she's a peasant, but she's definitely, in fact, it's very golden. Okay. Look, and she's got the red and the orange. All right. That shows she's already mastered her root and her sacral chakra, and she's moving on to this solar plexus, this golden energy. Okay. So she's not like a peasant, but this is obviously somebody in the 3D realm. And then this lady with the amazing golden crown is like the 5D person. Okay, let me explain that better. This is the higher self. The reflection in the mirror with the stars in the background and the crest and the crown, that's the higher self. That's the inner goddess. That is your past life, your ancestress who was a royal, okay? Or a warrior, okay? So this is literally just like whoever you talk to, I'm being serious. On the inside, your higher self, your gods and goddesses, your spirit guides, your ancestors, that's who's represented here in the reflection of this mirror. All right. So as you are creating your next chapter, make sure that you're listening to your higher self as those things come together, because that is ultimately like you are smart and brilliant and have amazing ideas, but your guides kind of, what's amazing about that is they're aware of obstacles that you're not. Okay. That's why we go through some of the bullshit things that we go through, is because our guides are aware of these obstacles that are in our future path, and they're going to prepare us for that. Okay. So make sure you're listening to that higher self, to, whoever it is you listen to, as your plans are coming together for your next chapter, Aries. Another bonus that I'm kind of throwing in with these new moon and Pisces readings, which absolutely prevents me from keeping these videos brief at all, but that's all right. Like I said, you guys get a little bonus energy, is I'm pulling from my magical menagerie. I skipped a couple signs just because they had some major other things going on. These cards are ultimately a message from Spirit to help you understand how you can best use this Pisces energy to kind of tap into your higher self, tap into your psychic self, tap into your inner guides, goddesses, whatever you got going on in the spiritual realm, how to be able to really take that and make use of it in your day to day. And as you're going through the writing of this new chapter, thank you so much, divine spirits of love and light, angels, ancestors, and guides. Let's get a card for our Aries for this Pisces new moon energy. I'm not going to take all three. I will take the unicorn. You know what's crazy is who just got unicorn? Capricorn got unicorn. I'm pretty sure. All right. I've got a book, but I don't know if I really need it, you guys, because this, and it's funny because Capricorn and Aries are both cardinal signs. All right. This is a blank slate. That's what this is, purity. This is a whole brand new. This is why this release is needed. Okay. Because it's time for something brand new and something unique and innovative and creative and something that's never been done before. All right. Cardinal signs, by the way, there's cardinal, fixed, and say the words, Molly, and mutable. Okay. Cardinal, they all have to do with the different parts of a process. Cardinals are the starters. They start things. They begin things. All right. Fixed energy helps to sustain it. And then mutable energy will transform it into what it's going to be next. Okay. But this is the writer of first chapters. Okay. This is the writer of chapters, the beginning. All right. But it really is all about, I can't remember the page number, but I've seen this one recently. So its meaning is pretty fresh in my mind. All right. The horn, that's what I want to talk about. The single horn emerging from its forehead suggests the unity of all creation. And this, along with the beast's whiteness, is a symbol of purity. I'm also starting to feel like it is the magician's wand, if you will. But it's emanating from the third eye or the crown. All right, so it's very, even though what you're going through in this process that was laid out with the oracle cards is all rooted in the lower chakras, this is divinely guided. Okay. The lower chakras connect you to the earth, and the upper ones connect you to the spirit realm. All right. So I love that energy. Okay. But it is really about being unique, being innovative, you know, being able to approach something in a way that it's never been approached before. So I love that energy for you guys. I feel like, where do I want to start with my tarot? All right, guys, so we had a little glitch there. Of course, this Mercury retrograde is doing that. Like last night, it totally goofed up my Virgo reading. And, yeah, it just kind of like Capricorn's kind of goofy too. So I just want to say, I just had to change the way that I'm storing my files on my computer. It is a really old computer, you guys. I'm going to be real with you. My laptop just kind of sucks, and so I'm not using it right now to record these videos, and I can't get this amazing view on my phone. So that's why I'm using this junky old computer, and Mercury retrograde is definitely pointing out a lot of good reasons to get a new one. Okay, so definitely find the link for donations below. All right, sorry guys, let's go ahead and move it on. I actually got halfway through. Actually, no, let me be real with you guys. I finished the reading. I had a whole reading for you guys, and it was a really good one. I went ahead and I cut it at the end of the oracle cards because basically the last 10 minutes of that reading got eaten. Well, maybe 15. It was like a 40-minute reading, you guys. But anyways, let me go ahead and recount to you the, let's talk about that, okay? Let's talk about that, okay? I'm going to recount to you the reading that I just did for you guys, and then why I say let's talk about this death card, okay? The reading was telling me that you have this idea of happiness, of your happiness that's really being blocked right now, okay? This could be something inner, just inner happiness. If that's the case, then what you're looking for is to balance out and align your chakras as much as possible right now, okay? That was the message that came through. However, some of you guys, this idea of happiness had to do with a love connection. And I wasn't sure how to end the reading because some things came to me and I didn't know how to interpret them. And I was honest about that, okay? There's definitely information coming in that's going to pull you out of this kind of stalemate that you're sitting in. We had the Hanged Man, and like we actually had, I think, 2 Hanged Mans and 2 Two of Swords. All those energies definitely indicate being at an impasse. And then we had 222 just now on the clock. Anyways, Knight of Swords comes in and flips that Two of Swords so that now you can make a decision and move forward, close out a cycle that needs to be closed out. In order to move on, you're going to have to go back and kind of revisit some of the emotional baggage in the past just to make sure that you're not going to carry it forward. So this could be a reunion thing. But the thing is, the important message that I got was there's like this Queen of Cups and she has these two mermaids carved into her throne. So either from the spiritual world or from your social circle, okay? These are energies that want to bring you information about a Two of Cups, about a love connection. It may be that the person you've been dreaming of, that you thought your happiness was with, but that feels blocked right now, it may be that that person is actually in a new relationship with someone else. It may be that that person has realized the feelings that they have for you. That's why I did not know the ultimate outcome of that reading. All right. But then the first card out right now is the Death card. Okay. So I'm going to pick up that same reading and I'm going to let you know, I think that this is talking about being able to leave the state of suspension that you're in. All right. You've been this dead bird for a little while now, Aries, especially probably when it comes to love. You're ready to fly away from that. You are ready to leave behind what needs to be left behind. Whether this is emotional baggage from a previous lover who wants to reunite, whether this is your dream of reuniting with somebody, because Mercury retrograde will let you know whether or not reunion is possible. Sometimes that information comes in so that we can just release that and move forward. So the Death card could mean that. Also, Mercury retrograde, for those unions that are meant to come back together, that's not going to happen during Mercury retrograde. No, but during Mercury retrograde, we're going to make the realizations that will keep us from repeating the mistakes of the past. Okay? So, this Death card could be taken so many different ways. All right? Okay? Ooh, guys, that energy. And then I open up the deck and there we have that Five of Wands. Maybe this is just death to that state of inner conflict. I don't know, man. I'm asking about it. Divine spirits of love and light, angels, ancestors, allies, and guides. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the previous message. And thank you for the one that I'm delivering now to my Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I'm going to use the same decks, though, that's for sure. I use this is the Crow Tarot and then the Bianco Nero. Okay. So what's this? Show me this dead bird, okay? Show me this dead bird, please. What are we leaving behind? Because remember, release was the first card to come out. Yes, this is exactly it, okay? You going back and forth on some sort of decision. Do I want this? Do I not want this? Okay. And then there's this part of you that's going within to try to seek higher wisdom. But it's just for some reason you're not connecting with it. All right. I really feel like you guys have been trying to see the higher truth of some situation and you're just going back and forth with it. It's interesting because whenever I do these readings, there's always some aspect that is in alignment with part of whatever I'm going through in my life. So it'll make me, you know, like feel certain ways, be like, yeah, I know what that feeling is. Okay. So the feeling that I'm getting right now is, yeah, there's this ultimate thing that I'm like, I don't know, man. Do I want to leave this thing in the past or do I want to have some sort of hope for the future? I don't really know. I go back and forth on it all the time. And I'm trying to be like, Spirit, can you guide me with this? And I don't know. Like, it's just so hard. I go back and forth on this. Do I leave this in the past or do I not? Something needs to be left in the past. All right. But it's like, do you leave a certain connection in the past or do you continue the connection by eliminating the emotional baggage? Okay. I'm just talking. This 8 of Wands came up. Okay. I'll take those. Thank you. This 8 of Wands came up in the last reading. It came from the other deck. This is about information coming in about movement. All right. I love this. I think these are poppies, these red flowers. I love these poppies. They show up everywhere. Okay. But this is, wow, my throat's stuck. This is forward movement towards a Queen of Pentacles energy. And the Queen of Pentacles knows her own value. She's very attractive, very practical, very grounded. So you may be moving into this energy, or you may be wanting to move towards somebody who carries this energy. Maybe a particular person, and maybe just this energy in general. Like in my next relationship, I want somebody to be stable and secure and nourishing and grounded and there for me. All right. Or there may just be somebody who represents that to you. That might be the space you're moving into. You guys, I never feel this way. I usually am like, yeah, here's the main story and another potential interpretation. I'm literally being led down 3 paths simultaneously. So I'm talking to 3 groups of you guys, and you know which group you're in. Okay. Is it time to leave behind the baggage so that you can continue with a partner from the past? Is it time to leave behind the partner from the past? Or is it just time to move away from the way that you did things in the past into a space where you know your own value? All right. You're on one of those 3 paths, maybe even more than one. Okay. This Queen of Pentacles is kind of like, you know, this is an interesting 7 of Swords energy, because I don't think she's really like deceiving anybody. But I think that she's really just looking to take care of herself right now. And she'll leave behind what she needs to. She'll leave behind these 3 swords. Okay, see how this bird is carrying 3 swords? Okay, leaving behind the heartbreak. And that goes along with literally any of these stories. Leaving all the heartbreak in the past so that you can heal. That's a really beautiful image to heal. Either to heal a connection, to heal your heart. There might even be a connection that just needs to be talked about and closed out and not reunited. Okay? But there might be a connection that can be reunited. Check out your sun, moon, and rising signs, because we've been having lots of stories about energies coming in from the past. Sometimes there's kind of a clear vision of where things are going to go. And by the way, you have free will. All of this is always up to your free will. Okay? You are the poker player and you get to choose. You're dealt a hand, you guys, and look what our first card out was, this 2 of Pentacles. You're dealt a hand and you get to choose what you hold and what you fold, what you throw back into the deck. All right. This is you trying to choose. Do I stay or do I call? I don't know. I don't remember. You guys, I haven't played poker in so long, but I was raised. It was funny because there's this point in my life where I realized that like not everybody knew how to play poker growing up. Like I was playing poker when I was 5. Okay. If you don't know, it's just kind of like, oh, I thought everybody was raised that way. It was just what we did in our free time. All right. Lots of cards and games. Anyways, balance, justice, balance. That card came up in the last reading too. Both of these cards are about balance. All right. The 2 of Pentacles is about juggling, trying to almost like trying to hold on to 2 truths simultaneously and knowing that you're doing it. Okay. In the last reading, we had the 2 of Swords representing the indecision. Now we've got the 2 of Pentacles representing this indecision. But the 3 of Swords energy was just on the bottom of the... it's not going away. 3 of Swords energy was just on the bottom of the deck. And here's the thing. Whenever you have the 7 of Swords, I've got, you guys know, I got like, woo, 1,000 decks. I don't have 1,000. But at least, I don't know, maybe a dozen tarot decks. And the person sneaking away with the swords is always sneaking away with like a different number. Sometimes they've got 5, sometimes they've got 2. This guy's got 3. What he wants to, he's taking this heartache, getting out of there. Okay. Oh my gosh, you're right. Okay, this is the message, is that if you need to not hold on to the heartache, okay? The 4 of Swords is truce energy. So there's somebody sitting here waiting to make peace with you, to call a truce of some sort, and you're still holding on to these 3 swords. Well, I'm still hurt. That's an energy, okay? Maybe not for all of you, but that's a real energy. So you're being advised to heal that, to try to heal that heartache, because it's just kind of sabotaging you right now. All right. But by the way, the Death card, I don't know if I said this, the Death card can also just represent like you and somebody else healing your wounds and coming back together in a brand new way. You've just left behind whatever it was that was sabotaging this energy. Okay. So what energies are coming in is what I wanted to ask. All right. Now that I get what you're saying with this. It's a couple different things. All right. So this Queen of Swords energy could be you, and it could be saying that, look, when you sit in that space where you're the Queen of Swords, rather than, because the Queen of Pentacles is focused on growth. The Queen of Swords is focused on cutting motherfuckers out. Be real with you. All right? Just being real with you. She's very intellectual. She's going to do it logical. She's a motherfucking surgeon. When somebody needs cut out, you can cut that out. When something needs cut out, you can cut that out. This could represent cutting out the unhappiness that you're carrying around with you. It could represent cutting out this dead part of you that is, oh my God, that's gross, but thank you. They're showing me like, oh no, I don't want to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, I can talk about like it's a tumor. All right, something that it's like dead. It's not giving you happiness, so you got to hack it off. It's like I get this big old mole removed. That's not the gross thing they're trying to show me, but I had a mole removed like when I was 12. I remember the doctor like showed it to me after, and I'm like, thanks. I have another one right now, but I'm keeping it. Anyways, you want to move towards the Queen of Pentacles energy, all right? Staying in this cold, cutting things off energy could be actually perpetuating your unhappiness. But some of you guys are really wanting, you're like, you know what, I'm going to cut out these unfulfilled wishes, because there's some wishes you've been holding on to and they're just not happening. So the Death card is you just being able to cut those things free. Okay. Show me what energy is coming into this situation. This could also be somebody coming in with news that kind of realizes that your wish is not going to be fulfilled. It kind of just takes that last bit of hope that you had and is like, oh, okay. I didn't really hear it from my intuition, but now I hear it from the outside world. But I don't know if I want to trust. God damn it. They're giving me so many. We got the Knight of Swords coming in and the 8 of Cups, the 3 of Swords. Yeah, you guys, I do really feel like this is energy coming in that's going to maybe kind of break your heart, but allow you to move on. I want to say it's equally possible that this is information that's coming in that allows you to move away from the heartbreak of the past. Okay. Yeah, the clarity. Ooh, wow. Everything just is so very fluid, you guys. Usually I'm like, this is my storyline, and I know it's my storyline, but there's like 3 of them going on right now. So I hope, just take the parts of this that resonate with you for sure. All right. And I'm about to wrap this up. Okay. Let's finish off this 7 of Cups reverse and this 7 of Wands reverse as an end result. Where does our querent end up? No! That's where we started. Okay. Here's the thing. I feel like we just went in a giant loop, you guys. But all of what I said is valid. Okay? All of what I said is valid. There's something that needs to be left behind. And I believe you guys are going to do it. Okay? You go away. Sorry, my Google Assistant was like, hi. And I'm like, stop eavesdropping. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So you're going to get out of this Hanged Man energy. All right? You're going to get out of this energy of suspension. But I think that what happens is that something's going to help you leave something, like give you a new perspective on something old at the same time that something new is coming in. And this is your new decision. Like you figure out how to put down one of these pentacles and then a new pentacle comes in and you're like, all right, here I am. I got another decision on my hands. Okay, final card, just advice, 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 advice. Knight of Pentacles, all right? Know what is important to you and just keep moving forward, all right? Because information is coming in, things can be left behind. Everything's very, very fluid, but at the heart of it, you know what you want. You know what elements have to be there in the chapter that you are ready to write. You know what is necessary. All right. You know what's most important to you. So just keep holding on to that as you move forward, because I have the feeling that while you stand there and observe and stand firm in what you want and believe, the environment around you is going to shift. They're giving me this crazy, like, and I'm not even looking at this direct on, I'm looking at it in the reflection of my computer screen. But you guys, they just did this crazy like angle shift where like all of a sudden, like this is you and you stand there and then the world around you just shifts. And now you have new decisions to make on the same path towards your dreams. Okay, you guys, I'm excited for you. Stick around and keep an eye out for any new videos that come up between now and the full moon in Virgo, because you know me, I got your backs. All right, I love you lots and best of luck moving forward.